Hi there, welcome to Dr. Tu Academy. This is Java tutorial for beginners, lesson number 4. The topic of this lesson is arrays. What is array? Array is an object to store similar elements. If we have a set of similar data, we can organize the data into an array. Array is index-based. Its size is fixed. The first element index is always 0, so its index element starts with 0. How to use array? We first declare an array variable, then we instantiate the array variable. Then we put data into the array object. We can also get data from array object. Here's the array usage steps. First, we declare an array variable. We can use data type bracket, variable name. Notice here, we can put the bracket here, or here, or here. They're all the same. Then we instantiate the declared array variable. We use the new keyword to instantiate the array variables, but we have to put the size of the array into the bracket. Here's an example. In this array, the size is 5, so we have 5 elements. Then we put data into an array object. Here, we declare and instantiate at the same time the array variable called arrayInt. It has 5 elements. So how are we going to put a new element into the fifth, new data into the fifth element? We use arrayInt bracket 4. You can put 5 because remember the index starts with 0. So the fifth element, the index is 4. So we put 50 into the fifth element. How to get data from array object? Similar. If we want to get fifth element data into the element, into the variable value, you put the element 4 here. Now let's do some code to see how to use array in our code. Now let's click the eclipse.exe to start Eclipse. This is the lessons we had already. Lesson number 1, number 2, number 3. For lesson number 4, let's create a new project. Click File, New, Project. Select Java project. Click on Next. Project name, Lesson 04. Next. Finish. Module name, com.Dr.Tu Academy.Java tutorial. Lesson 04. Remember, it has to be all in lowercase. Now we need to create a class for lesson number 4. Right click, new class, package name the same as the module name, com.dr2academy.java tutorial lesson 04, class name code tester. Click on finish. Now we write down our main method, public static void main string bracket args braces. Let's define array integer numbers here. We declared the array variables. Now we need to instantiate these array variables. Numbers equals new integer. Put 9 here. This means the array variables numbers, its type is integer, and this is the array size. So we have 9 elements. Remember, the element index start with 0. So the first element is called 0. We assign value, say 10. Numbers 1. This is the second element. 20. Q. 30. 3. 40. 4. 50. 5. 60. 6. 70. 7. 80. 8. 90. So here's how we assign the values into the array variable numbers. We know we have total of 9 elements. So the biggest index is 9. Let's put a breakpoint here. Run debugger. Step over. See, we have numbers created. Let's expand this. You can see we have the 10 assigned to first element, 20 assigned to the second element. So if we step through, we have initialized the array numbers. Now, somebody may wonder, what if I put numbers 9, say here? What if we put 999 into the 10th element? You don't see anything wrong here, right? But we know this array only has total of 9 elements. So if we put the index 9, that means it's outside of the boundary of this array. So when you run it, it will, throw an exception. It'll be an error here. We can test it out. So we put this line here, put a breakpoint before, remove this breakpoint, double click on it. Now let's start a debugger. So it stopped right here. We can see the numbers. Now step over. So this whole array has been initialized. So what if we run into the numbers 9? That's the 10th element, which does not exist. It should throw an error. Let's see. Step over. See? Exception in thread main. Index 9 out of bounds for the length of 9. So next time when you see errors, when you run the program, you get the array index out of bounds exception, you should look at the assignment to the array element. Maybe you have the index element that's bigger than the actual array element. So we can use this. We can put a comment in front of it. So now let's run it again. The comment means the program will not run this line. Here, step over. Okay, you see it just skipped this line, right? So then now the program stop right here. No more errors. The assignment, we don't want to assign element to each array. This takes a lot of code, right? So one way to do it is this is another way to declare the array. We can do the declaration and the assignment at the same time. Just use the braces. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Sorry. You see the red lines here because we have declared the array variables numbers here already, right? So we can't use the same number, same name here. So we can put it, let's put it 2. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90. So here we declare the array variables numbers 2, but we also do the initialization here. Now we can check the values, say temp. We'll see what the last number here is. Put a breakpoint here. This breakpoint is fine, so let's run it. We should put it 2 here. Step over. Now numbers are all initialized. So let's run this line. Numbers 2. So you can see all the elements are initialized. We can check what is the last element of this array. Temp is 90, right? So this is how we use array. Some people might notice here already. The main function, the parameters, is the array. It means we have the array of string as the main functions parameters. So this is array. The variable name is args. The args is the array of string. So declare array. If we do the declaration, we have to do the instantiation. Create a new array object. Uses a new keyword. And here's the array data type. And this is the array size. And also we have to remember the element index starts 0. So if we declare the array of size 9, the maximum index is 8. If we use index 9, you will get error. But we don't have to do this separately. We can combine these two steps into one statement. Just declare array variables, assign that to a set of data. It will do the instantiation automatically. So here for the numbers 2 array, we don't need that new keyword, right? Because this one did that already. Okay, this is the lesson of array. We will use array very often lately. This is how we use array variables. This lesson is about arrays. We know array is an object to store similar elements. It's index-based, and its size is always fixed. And first element index is always 0. To use an array, we have to declare an array variable, specify the variable type and the size. Then we instantiate an array variable with the new keyword. Then we can put the data into an array object by elements by elements. And we can also get data from an array object element. Our next lesson will be conditionals. It will be a bunch of if else, switch statements. That's all for this lesson. I will see you next time. Bye.